Online raids are probably one of the most exciting and nerve-wracking experiences in Rust, and I think almost everybody wishes to get one. But some bases are really just not made for it, and most defendable bases are gigantic and expensive to build. So in today's video I present you a small and cheap base with probably the simplest Widegaps that you can easily defend an online raid with. But this is also capable of tanking quite a few rockets. And in this video I'm gonna be showing you how you can easily build this base, and every step is explained very easy, so it's simple to follow along. So I'd say we get straight to build tutorial. So this base has in my opinion one of the best starters, and that is just a simple 1x1. It is extremely cheap to craft, so you can easily slap it down on wipe day and you can live in it for quite a while. You just have to be careful to not get deeped on. But just place stuff like your DC of course, then place maybe a box, a campfire, a sleeping bag or a furnace. And then you're ready to go for the beginning. Moving on with the first expansion of the base, and it is very cheap. So you're just gonna place a triangle jump up, add 3 furnaces in here to jump up of course, and then that is the first expansion already finished. Once you have the blueprint you can of course add garage doors, but everything works with double doors too, so a garage door isn't really needed. For the next step you just want to add some simple honeycomb, so place some triangles, add some walls and roofs, and you're done. This ups the protection of the base by quite a bit, so it's not just one wall to TC, so it's very important. And for the honeycomb on the second floor, we're not gonna just seal it off, we're gonna actually use it. For on one we're gonna place a large battery, so we can power the turrets, and if you're not planning to have turrets in the base, then you can also place stuff like a locker if you want to. You just seal it off with a window that acts like honeycomb, but you can use it. And on this side you can either place more furnaces or a locker. Perfect. Now we're gonna place a few things over here, like a tier 2 workbench. Once you have it you can also place your tier 3 of course. You can even fit another box and a few sleeping bags. And over here is just a simple airlock. And I forgot to say, but this right here is actually going to be a ladder hatch. So once you have the blueprint, place it down. And of course don't forget doors to your airlock. And now let's come to the interesting part, and that is the Widegaps, but I promise they are very simple. You just have to follow the exact steps like shown in the video. So to start off we're going to place one normal foundation, and then we're gonna expand by 2 triangle ones. Then destroy this normal one and this triangle one. Add on a square foundation and destroy this triangle foundation. Now place 2 half walls, and now this step is very important, as you have to walk as far in this direction as possible until you stop. Then you can sneak down and you have to align to the perfect center of the 2 wood things that you can see here. Maybe a bit to the bottom, but just like shown in the video. Then without moving your mouse, stand up. 2 triangle foundations, place them down, and if it looks somewhat like this then you've done it correctly. You can destroy this. Then place 1 square foundation onto here. Follow back up. And that is your Widegaps. So just destroy everything apart from these 2 foundations. Upgrade them. Then place a few Warframes. You can of course upgrade them to stone too. And add your 2 triangles. And now just repeat this process on every side. And what I recommend too is upgrading these to sheet metal, because otherwise if someone wants to mess with you then they can just spear the foundations out and your Widegaps break. But then just with metal it doesn't happen that often. So yeah, just repeat the process on every side. Just like that. And then go ahead and add a window everywhere around the Widegaps. and of course some roofs. Now over here you have to add Warframes, so without them you can just walk through and enemies can walk in, so place some Warframes so that is not possible, and do it all the way around. Just like that. And now for this part I like sealing one off, and now over here I like to do a roof peel. I think it's a really nice addition to the base, and it makes it a bit more defendable if they raid from the roof. So just place 2 half walls and a roof right here, and then go ahead and place a temporary wall and a half wall, and then if you destroy it, this should stay there. And then as you can see, that doesn't work good, you can't really peek down. But if you add a garage door right here, you actually have to place it before you place the triangle. But if you do that, then you can actually jump onto it pretty well, pretty good, and then you have some great peaks on your roof. Now in the middle you're gonna add another triangle ladder hatch to make some roof access, just like that. And now of course seal these 2 off, and I like to do a small turret pod over here because it's not really an expected turret, so raiders might die to it. And now just add some roof triangles around the base. And it's not necessary, but I like to add another pair of triangle roofs on here. And they should usually connect. I don't know why they don't, but that's not important. Now moving on to the core is just a normal box loot room with 4 large boxes and a few small ones. You can do it however you want to. I usually do it the way as you now see in the video, but it's not too important which one you do, just do it how you're used to. Just like that, and then just add a few small boxes on top. They're placed really badly, but that doesn't matter. You can do it better. And now for the base, it's basically finished. You just have to add a few embraces onto the shooting floor, of course. But there's one small problem, and that is that these outer peaks, not the outer peaks, the Widegaps, they decay. So you have to add a outer TC, and I would like to add a compound. Just if I already have some outer TCs, then I just like to add a compound on top, because why not? So just follow like shown in the video right now. I'm gonna go right here. And that is very important. You have to go exactly 11 triangles out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. The 11th triangle is going to be your outer TC. Just like that. You can seal it off with a door or a window. And now you have to go ahead and upgrade 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then add another triangle, and that's gonna be your gatehouse. And for now you can destroy the rest. So for a gatehouse I like to place 2 windows and an airlock, just like this. Of course add your doors and windows or embrasures, whatever you like. You can also add both if you want to. And now to connect it that it does decay, you're just gonna want to add a few of these, and then that doesn't decay. That's perfect. And once again, just do the same thing on every side, just like that. And now for one of the final steps, just go ahead and add some spikes, not some spikes, some barricades, 2 on each gatehouse, so that the grubs can jump in your compound, and you can place them quick to support it, because otherwise you can't place it. But you can actually remove it after and it won't fall. Now once you've done that, you want to, of course, add your compound. It's safe. Add your compound. Just add that fucking compound. I can't even talk. So between each gatehouse, you're gonna place exactly 3 of the walls. You may want to practice the placement in a build server because it's not too easy, but something like that will do, and just repeat it on every side. Now for the final step, before of course upgrading your base, that's important, but you can add a couple of furnaces. You can place a shit ton of furnaces in this. Actually, you can place like 8 furnaces. That should easily be enough if you're solo or duo. And you can also place some stuff like refineries and boxes, I guess, if the space in your base isn't enough. That is great. And now to upgrading, I recommend upgrading the main 1x1 to a high quality metal. That is important. And the rest also to sheet metal. Apart from the Widegaps, I don't think it's too important to have that upgraded. And I almost forgot, but you of course need a jump up and some turrets. But for the jump up, you just place something like that. It doesn't really matter. I actually like to place a turret because it makes door camping a whole lot harder. And on the roof, I recommend placing a few. Maybe one here, and also one on here if you want to. But just scatter them around. One nasty turret spot which I really like is right here. So if they go through doors, they're going to be met by a turret shooting them, and just place stuff if it fits, like a barbecue with a small box. That's a nice addition. And then your base is complete. I hope you have really fun while using this space. I think it's great. You can easily defend some great online raids. But that's all for now, so see you next time.